You react to the problem, it's too late. You got on. It's more of having the feeling what the car, knowing what the car is going to do. Learn to read the car.
Now, speaking of things that happen to the car, this is a really bumpy track from what I understand. I haven't been out there myself, obviously. But how do you feel tomorrow after dual races here on this bumpy of a track? How beat up is your body?
Well, the thing was qualifying this
Look
morning.
at his hand.
Yeah, the thing was qualifying this. Well, this is for Long Beach. Some of the guys drove into my hand, but it's qualifying. I gotta go flat out this morning without practice, and it start hurting a little bit. But once you warm, which is about 2-3 laps, and then you're good to go. So, but it's going to be interesting, and people learn a lot from the yesterday's race, and it's going to be another challenge race.
Now, I wanted to talk about challenging races. I wanted to talk a little bit about the 500. Those last few races.
Really?
A little bit.
Really?
I was told it was okay, but it was really good racing.
Will said that?
Could have been Will. I'm not going to name any names.
JP, I think it was JP. He has more the characteristics to play jokes like that.
But how was the racing? I mean, at the end of the race.
No, hey, obviously, it's a very, it's one of the best race. If you gotta win, you gotta win that race. And losing just for a 600th of a second, the best race, it doesn't feel that great. You know what I mean? So, but it's an awesome feeling when second place sucks, because you have a great potential. The car was competitive. Everything was great, but it's that day wasn't my day. It was Ryan Hunter-Reay's day and their team. So we just turned the page. Hopefully that was going to be one of the classics in many years to come. You know, it'd be a great way to watch it. But we just got to turn the page and focus here in Detroit.
Now, one fan asked a little bit ago, they wanted to, and I've asked you this several times, but do you guys have any superstitions? Do you eat the same meal or wear the same socks or get in the car the same way each time at any particular race for any reason?
I think Will is the right person to answer that.
That's it? What was the question?
Any superstitions going into the races or the race weekend?
No, I try to minimize that sort of stuff. I think it's a mental weakness. I guess I get on the same side of the car each time.
I do the same thing. I always, all my life, apart from NASCAR, you can't, because the window's on the left side. Every time I get in the car, I do the right side. And do the belts. So I always do the belts the same way, but I don't think it's a superstition. I think it's just for comfort. You know what I mean? Because we got, belts going around a lot of places.
It's like when you wake up, you put your shoes. You know, some people put the right shoes first or left. I don't know. What's normal you guys do? Right or left shoes?
I just put them on.
Left. Here we go. I put the right. So
Talking about head cases right there.
I just try to use a knowledge, for they understand that it's not about superstition. It's just to feel comfortable.
Now, did you guys play any other sports growing up? Were you into basketball, football, soccer, anything like that?
I think Will Powell was on wrestling.
Yeah, I played rugby and cricket.
Cricket?
Rugby.
Cricket.
You played cricket before? You lived in England?
I lived in England. That's my
Rugby game.
The only cricket I know is the one that does.
And that's more interesting than cricket.
That's what you hear right now of that joke there earlier.
Okay, are we done here? Alright, because these guys are...
These guys?
Yeah.
I mean, it could just be me and you if you want.
I
just
like
an
it. I
Indy,
love
which
it.
is fine. Now, do you guys get into soccer at all? Being that you're from 3 different parts of the world, does it ever get heated because you're watching a particular match and you're just kind of against each other at all?
Well, talking about soccer, it's the World Cup.
The World Cup, and it's in Brazil, Brazilian.
Yeah, in Colombia right now. For when was the last time you guys won the World Cup? Just to.
We haven't.
That's right. Making a joke of Brazilians, and you shoot it first.
I'm okay with it. I don't like soccer, so it's all good.
Well, what can I say about that? Here you go. But in the end of the day, the World Cup this year, we're excited to host the World Cup, and can't wait to watch it.
Now, do you guys have any sports heroes growing up? Maybe even in this line of sport, is there a particular driver that you really looked up to and tried to emulate?
Well, actually, Nelson Piquet, he's from Brazil, was my favourite driver as a kid. And I got to race against his son in England in British F3, so actually I've never met him. He wasn't around, but I never actually went and met him.
I got people. I can help you out.
Yeah, I'd like to get a picture with him. Yeah, he was a guy. I obviously Senna was a big
Yeah, for me it was Senna.
guy.
Senna? Good choice. Do you guys have any passions outside the track? Do you get into any kind of other sports now, or do you do fishing, or do you like to go to the beach, play music?
What are you trying to say? You want to put us in a different sport? I mean, you want us to
I
play
do a lot.
something?
No, I love having you guys here, but I mean, if you want to try something,
You want
we
us
can-
to be like what?
I play golf.
I think golf would be nice.
Yeah.
I play golf. I windsurf. Fly ready control planes.
Wow, windsurf?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, no, I tried to play golf, but average hole for me was it was about 8 or 9 strokes. So I
said no, thank you.
I think people said, you know what, you should keep practicing. Don't play with us. So
Stick to the day job, right?
yeah, but windsurf actually, I would love to try. If my teammate he invite me, I would love to go. So, but he doesn't do that.
Your wife is too scary.
Yeah, you saw that.
You got